In this section, we're going to show you how to use the OJAI Embed feature to embed the movement maps that you've created on OJAI onto your website, just like this one. And it will have the full same functionality on your website as it does on OJAI. So let's get started. So within your profile page of your organization, whether you're an editor or an admin, you'd go here and go click on Open Back Office. And from here, you're going to want to navigate to embeddings. And so you're going to click on Create Embeddings button. And so let's name it. Let's call it our map. So we're going to call it our program map. And then what you're going to want to do is make sure that this feature here is clicked onto active. And what we're going to want to do is that we're going to make sure that we're going to show movement. So we're going to toggle off jobs. We're going to toggle off events. We're going to make sure that the movements are showing on a map. And then we're going to toggle off show your member network. And so now we should be ready to really show those movements. So what we want to do is, do we want to show all of our movements or do we want to show a particular one? So in this situation, we're looking to show a particular one. So here we're going to choose this one here. And so now we've chosen our movement that we want to map. We have all of these toggled on, so show movements on the map. And next that we're going to want to do is that we're going to want to configure the map. So we have a few options here. We can choose to make sure people are able to zoom into the map. We can toggle the legend on and off. So we want to have the map legend. And then you have the option to do something really great. You get to choose, do you want to have your map coincide with any map layers that we have available? These are data maps that we have on OJAI. So for instance, if you want to choose to have your map layered up, we say, for instance, microplastics maps here, you can choose to toggle that on and off to make that accessible. So in this situation, we're not going to choose to have any map layers or layer any data on top of it. So we're going to turn that off. And now you get to choose your map theme. So the map theme is on by default to dark, but you have hybrid, satellite, terrain. These are the different types of maps you have available to you. But for now, we'll keep it as, let's say, default. And then you also get to choose your legend height. Now your legend height is deciding how large you want this legend. Now, depending on how large you make the legend, will decide how large this particular map is. So if you're showing a lot of different points on the map across a whole lot of movement, you may decide, hey, you really want a large legend, or hey, maybe it's just one and you really want to make a very small legend. So it's really up to you how you want that. So you can sort of like scale that down. And what this will do, this will actually make the legend smaller and make the map bigger, right? And so here you can also choose to have your logo show or not show. And now what we're going to do is also choose, do you want to have the background color changed? Now the background color is also going to coincide with this color here, which is the map legend color here in the background. Okay. So these are some of the map themes that you'll be able to show and change within the system. So we're going to go back here and double check and make sure we're confident about this. So we're going to map this configuration out here. Choose your map, logo platform, and background color is changed. And now again, we're going to go ahead and choose the domain that we want to have it on. So we're going to have this domain. And you can place your embedding on any domain that you want. So now that we're done, we're going to go ahead and hit create embedding. So now here we are, we have our program map, movement map, and it's currently active. And we're going to preview how it's going to look on our website. And here it is. Here is the map that we have created. It starts off from one point. Once you click on it, all the different points begin to show up. And this is exactly how it's going to look and interact on your website. So if you're not satisfied with it, you will be able to go in here and make those changes before you ever decide to move forward. Now, in order to place this on your website, all you need to do is click here or click view. And what it'll do is it'll pull up the embed code for you. Now, one of the great things to know about the embed code is that once you kind of hit copy, you still have the ability to manually change both the height and the width of that embedding. So by default, we always have it at 100 for the width, which will make sure it gives you the full width of your website. Some tend to maybe want it shorter or smaller. You can change that, but you must change it by percentage in the width. And then by height, you will change it by numbers. So let's say you wanted it longer or shorter. You can put this from 800 maybe to 2,000 or 1,000, or go smaller like 500, depending on what you want and what you're satisfied with. And then you would hit this, and then you would simply paste this wherever your website allows you to paste the HTML shortcode. And if you want to make sure double check in terms of like what is going to show, what's enabled, you would scroll down here and say, okay, so any movement maps are enabled. You'll be able to see what's enabled in terms of your map. So you have the movement is here. Member network is disabled. Map layers, data layers are disabled. You've enabled Zoom, show your logo. All these things have been enabled, and you're able to see which content that you have selected. So all of these things are confirmed here before you move forward. And then simply all you need to do from there forward is simply paste it, and it will appear as you want it wherever you place it on your website, just like this. The full functionality of the website of OJAI will be on display here. So you'll be able to click on the points, watch the videos, see the images, same way as you would normally do in OJAI.